What's going on? What's going on? Man, today was an amazing day. It is now July 20th. It is 1:44 in the morning. And I have been going straight strong since 7:11 this morning. But shoot. Us Fantastic Few, we literally do it for the culture. We do it for the few. And I'm here to talk to you guys about the offer that I got going on for the next week. I'm actually getting I actually have 12 books that are all, well, eight of them. Eight books are being printed by my printer right now. They'll be available on digital copy, and also I'll have some physical copies of them available this coming week. But the thing is, shoot, man, let's just put it like this. When you are in your pocket and you're in your zone, you're in your flow state, it's like God just gives you nothing but digital downloads to the brain, and it is next level. I mean, you just wake up every day grateful and excited because every day is Christmas because you don't know what message, what thought, what is going to change your life. But man, when it does and it comes, whoa, baby, it comes. I'm just sit. This is not just a message to talk about my books. This is a message to talk about how grateful I am to be a part of my assignment. I've literally seen the end of the movie in like four or five different versions. Four or five different versions of the end of the movie. It's this is what how I feel is how I feel the ending of Scarface should have felt like. You know what I'm saying? Like basically this is what it looks like when Tony actually lived because they took him to the hospital. That's how I feel, man. That's how I feel. And those that know, they know what I'm talking about. They know that feeling. This is no drugs. This is I'll be honest. I had two double shots of peach crown, but that was literally about 3 hours ago. This is just this is literally just me operating off of Fago Cola. Fago, yeah. It was the Coca-Cola that you get at Dollar Tree. Because I'll be honest with you, though I do buy Coca-Cola, but what's better than buying Coca-Cola and Sprite? Owning stocks in Coca-Cola. Yeah, yeah. What's better than buying Jordans? Owning stocks in NKE. What's better than that iPhone that you got in your pocket? Owning stocks in Apple. What's better than that Samsung Galaxy? Owning stocks in Samsung. Literally, I have shifted from a consumer to an owner. And also, I have shifted from a person that literally is, how can I say this? Living with family in the spare bedroom to working to become a real estate tycoon. It's all in the training. It's all in the message, and it's all in my books. That's right. I've literally, over the past 2 days, I've written 7 books and revamped my first book ever. And I have solidified .coms to literally say that I own my name in all my arenas. I am on my assignment, and you should as well, man. I'm doing this not to brag or boast. This is no pat on my back. This is to let you know that you too can do what you want to do. We have a organization that is being in the works and will be coming to Congression very, very, very soon. And that Congression is called monetizeyourmind.org. How that's pretty funny that I say monetize your mind, right? I can say that though. I wrote a whole book about it. I'm trying to literally tell you that you are the author of your own dreams. Anything that I want to visualize and see, I write about it. Why do I write about it? Because I've been blessed with this ability that anything I put down on paper, I can have. It has happened to me since childhood. Since childhood. I know you're gonna be like, wow, man, this guy is really off his rocker. Remember the Jason Kidd sneakers with the 3 bubbles on the side and everything like that? They were Nikes, but they were his first like elite sneaker. Those Jason Kidds. What do you know about before? What do you know about 4 months before those kicks came out? I had a sneaker book that I had just drew a bunch of sneaker designs. They were all right foot because all I knew how to do at the time was just draw flat images. I drew the Jason Kids before they were on the shelf. I drew the Dennis Rodmans, yes, you know the ones where they lace on the inside of the sneaker. I drew those before they were on the shelf. I've drawn countless of Jordans. I know about patent leather because I was a big Michael Jackson fan, and in Smooth Criminal he wore spats. Yeah, the same type of sneaker that looks just like the Jordan 11s. You know, the white with the black patent leather. Yeah, that's simulating spats. I have been tapped in to the frequency. I've been able to catch the ether the whole time. But and when I went to FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology, also known as FIT, in New York City, and graduated, when I got on campus, literally in orientation, and they had a sketching and orientation, this young black lady, I forget what that teacher's name was to this day, though, but she was a professor. She looked at my sketches and she was like, yeah, yeah, you got it. You got it. Now, the thing is, this whole time, until I became on my assignment, I had no freaking idea what it was. Man, I heard you got it over 1,000 times when I was in that college for 2 years. That literally, I was like, what do I have? How do I get rid of it? I'm tired of having it because it ain't rendering me no money. And I was in New York City, and that's the city where you need money. People talk about rents is high. You know, the average rent in New York City is $4,000. Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine being liquid $4,000 every month and live on your own? That's right. A lot of people, even in apartments in New York City in all the five boroughs, live with family members or friends. I've literally had a homeboy who had five roommates, and they somehow made his makeshift two-bedroom apartment into a five bedroom. Yeah, the fifth bedroom was because somebody was sleeping on the couch in the living room. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. But that's the city that made me. I was in New York City and I was so at home, paying $400 a month for an illegal basement closet where my clothes literally were folded up nice and polite and premium, either in a makeshift dresser that they gave me with a vintage old TV that you had to turn the knobs to turn to the channels, or my clothes were politely folded up and laid out on the floor next to my vintage Italian leather loafers. They were driving shoes like Gucci's. They like the Gucci's, but they were just a Jewish man's shoe that I found on 8th Avenue. And man, once I bought one pair of them and I felt how good they felt, your boy bought like 8 pair of them, all different colors. Because I really like them driving shoes, man. Oh yeah, the worst thing was ever hitting was the fact that when it would rain, oh my God, my bottom of my feet would be so wet. My socks would be so soaked. Yeah, man. Because they had seams on the bottom of the shoes. If you ever get you some Gucci loafers, don't ever get caught in the rain. The seams on the bottom of the shoe will let all that water in. Yeah, man. The fantastic few get it. This is for the culture. And also, if you notice, I ain't got my do-rag on. That's right. Your boy got his dreads done today. Got a retwist, a fresh weed twist. Even got the scalp oil. So I'm feeling real good. My stuff is like got some hang time now. So when I shake my head, my dreads move. Oh my God. Had like half an inch of new growth. So that felt good. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm real happy. I woke up, eh, um, I woke up, took a I'm working out. So I woke up and literally had every day to shock my body's metabolism. I wake up and have a super ice cold glass of water, like this tall, and just like damn near chug it. And I take a burn jarro. If y'all seen it on YouTube, that pink salt thing, yeah, you know what we're talking about. Literally, man, my weight went from 308 to 282, and I don't know how much I weigh right now because my in my bathroom I have this basket that says wash me, the big old basket, and it has a bunch of dirty towels in it, and we sit it on the scale. So basically the scale is always on, so now I need to buy three AAA batteries. So I don't necessarily know exactly how much of a weight loss I've had, but I can tell I have had weight loss because I have. You ever seen somebody? It's sad. I'm not trying to say I moon people, not intentionally at least. But you ever seen somebody that is sagging in their drawers? Yeah, I need to go underwear shopping. I just want to be able to buy some polo underwear. But yeah, I got expensive taste. It's all about that. That's why my fashion conglomerate company is called Tastemakers Incorporated. Yeah, you can find that on Instagram at Tastemakers Incorporated. You can find me, my public figure page, and I'm verified. You can find me at Garrett, spelled Garrett period S period more Moore. And you'll be able to see my post where I showed off all 11 of my books only until I just wrote my latest book. So that's 12 books in a matter of 7 months because my first book was written actually in February. I wrote my first, no, pause. My first book was written, it was written January 28th. Ain't that J. Cole's birthday? He said, you ain't the God. Cole's the God. January 28th. Yeah. But but yeah, man. So I just literally feel it, man. I feel so damn amazing. Like, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm wanting to show you and share with you that I'm a real guy, an ordinary guy that is literally on an extraordinary kingdom assignment. And you too can have that. If you ever think that what I'm talking about sounds outlandish, you must have never heard of Myron Golden. And if you want to know how I made this investment today on my education to become a real estate tycoon, if you want to learn how to actually have money on reserve for courses and things like that, because you are always trying to get the edge up and keep moving, I suggest you get from the trash man to cash man, uh, not ebook, trash man to cash man, either the physical copy if you're a reader, but I'm an auditory learner. It's like for some also I have glaucoma, so reading books is just really not on the menu right now until I get my eyes checked out by actual glaucoma specialist. So I listen to books on Audible, but the trash man to cash man is on Audible. And so is Myron Golden's podcast called Boss Moves. Yeah, man, you gotta check that out. People also want to know where I get my closing techniques. Actually, I don't close people. I get them to commit to changing their life. And I got that from Jeremy Miner's NEPQ 2.0, including the life insurance portion, because I'm a life insurance agent also. And so I literally got that program and I freaking did it 5 times in less than a month. I went through it 5 times in less than a month, and it's an interactive program. It makes you answer questions, and the computer will not move forward until you actually answer the right question. You take all types of quizzes and everything. It's amazing. It's amazing. Jeremy Miner is really the truth. I just took his workshop about 3 weeks ago for overcoming objections and masterclass. Also, you can find his podcast on Audible as well. Freaking dope. freaking dope. Uh, and also, if you just to suggest a few something, if you are a marketer and you're becoming a fantastic few, I know you know who Russell Brunson is, but you should definitely watch Russell Brunson on Jeremy Miner's podcast. That is on YouTube. Check that out. Oh my God. Mind blowing. Mind blowing. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna do you guys a big favor and I'm going to relate to you all 12 books, the titles of them. I'm not going to read you the back cover of the books because let's just be honest, my eyes, my eyes. But first book that I ever wrote was The Evolution of Digital Fashion Design. Of course, by Garrett Moore. Yeah, Garrett S. Moore. Yep. Um, that book is remarkable. Check that out. The next book that I wrote was A Live Dog is Better Than a Dead Lion. That book is a sales book, but it comes from a more face-to-face approach. The book that I wrote after that was Who Wants to Be a Trillionaire, which is actually a continuation of A Live Dog is Better Than a Dead Lion, but that is about making sales online and over the phone. Then the next book I wrote after that was a book of poetry because I used to write poems when that was like my first talent that I had learned that I had. I mean, I did have the sketching and everything like that, but I didn't necessarily know exactly how far I could go. But I love women. So, I freaking would write poems. Yeah, so I wrote a book called Meet Me at the Altar. And that is a book of I think it's 20 to 21 poems. And I designed all the pictures in that book as well. Yes. Next book is Monetize Your Mind, which is now the whole organization that houses all my books and digital products and courses and retreats and everything that I do as a career coach. Monetize Your Mind. MonetizeYourMind.org. Not available yet, but I'm meeting with my virtual assistant tomorrow, my VA tomorrow. So we will be having that up and ready to go very, very, very soon. Next book was uh, No VC, No Problem. Yeah, VC stands for venture capitalist. Yeah, yeah. Then the next book after that was CEO Energy. And it ain't necessarily like big dick energy like Lotto talking about, which I respect Lotto, love Lotto. Much props to her. But I'm talking about CEO energy. It is a holistic approach to becoming the CEO. Yes. Next book after that I wrote was The Cash Flow Code. Yes. Yes. Book of just gems. Gems giving you nothing but gain. How to cash flow on everything. Next book after that was Bank Like the Wealthy. Oh my God. Amazing. Amazing book. Next book after that was, excuse me, next book after that was, mm, shoot, I'm not drawing a blank. I just don't want to look at my phone because I want to tell it all off the top of the head. So that way you know I ain't got no material that I'm looking at. But the next book after that was from paycheck to portfolio. Hell yeah, that's it. Then the next book after that is Off Track and On Top. And that book is about how my family is getting into elite horse racing. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, man. I've always known that I was going to be in these white rooms. And I'm always going to be looking for people that look like me, whether they're black or brown, minorities. And from what I'm seeing in elite horse racing, there's already a lot of brown people in there. I've only seen one guy that was black, and I don't think he was American. Plus, his horse was I the way my family's gonna do it, you're gonna think Tiger playing or Venus and Serena is playing when it comes to our horse racing. You heard it here first. So with that, remember, check me out at Life Insurance Leadership Academy on YouTube. Check me out at, excuse me, check me out on YouTube at Channel Live 24/7. Check me out on YouTube at The Fantastic Few. And the is spelled TH3 because when you think of few, you think three or more. A few. Check me out on Instagram at Garrett period S period more. Check me out on Instagram at Life Insurance Leadership Academy. Check me out on Instagram at the TH3 Fantastic Few. Check me out on Instagram at Tastemakers Incorporated. Yeah, man. Just, check me out. Look into me. Do your due diligence. Because if we lead in a movement and this is for the culture and for the few, built for us, by us, get to know me. But until then, man, shout out to you guys for even checking out this video. One love.